Sir Halford John Mackinder was a British geographer and is considered one of the founding fathers of geopolitics. Born in 1861, Mackinder's work laid the foundation for modern geopolitical thought. He believed that geography played a vital role in shaping the destiny of nations. His insights were revolutionary at a time when the world was rapidly changing. Mackinder argued that control over specific geographical areas could give a country significant power. He emphasized the strategic importance of certain regions, which he believed were pivotal in determining global dominance. His ideas, particularly the Heartland theory, have had a lasting impact on strategic thinking. The Heartland theory posited that the central region of Eurasia, which he termed the Heartland, was the key to controlling the world. Mackinder's theory emerged at a time when the world was on the brink of significant change. The late 19th and early 20th centuries were periods of intense geopolitical shifts and technological advancements. The Industrial Revolution was in full swing. This era saw the rise of new technologies and industries that transformed societies and economies. This revolution was transforming global power dynamics. Nations that could harness these new technologies and resources gained unprecedented influence and control. New technologies like the railroad were altering the relationship between geography and strategy. Railroads enabled faster movement of goods and troops, reshaping military and economic strategies. Mackinder recognized these changes and sought to understand their implications for the future of global power. He meticulously studied maps and historical trends to develop his theories. As an academic, Mackinder shared his ideas through lectures and writings. He was a professor at the University of Oxford and later at the London School of Economics, where he influenced many students and future leaders. His seminal work, The Geographical Pivot of History, published in 1904, outlined his Heartland theory and its implications for global strategy. This publication became a cornerstone of geopolitical studies. Mackinder's ideas were not just academic. They influenced political leaders and strategists around the world. His theories were considered during major geopolitical decisions and conflicts. During World War I, Mackinder's insights into the strategic importance of the Heartland were particularly relevant. The war highlighted the significance of controlling key geographical regions. After the war, the geopolitical landscape of Europe and the world changed dramatically. Mackinder's theories continued to provide a framework for understanding these shifts. Even during the Cold War, Mackinder's Heartland theory remained influential. The competition between the United States and the Soviet Union for global dominance echoed his ideas about the strategic importance of Central Eurasia. Today, Mackinder's legacy lives on in the field of geopolitics. His theories continue to be studied and debated by scholars and strategists, highlighting the enduring relevance of his work. In academic circles, Mackinder is celebrated as a pioneer who bridged the gap between geography and political strategy. His work laid the groundwork for future geopolitical analysis and strategic planning. Sir Halford Mackinder's contributions to geopolitics have left an indelible mark on the field. His innovative ideas and theories continue to shape our understanding of global power dynamics and the role of geography in international relations. At the heart of Mackinder's theory lies the concept of the Heartland. This theory, proposed by Sir Halford Mackinder in the early 20th century, revolutionized the way we understand global geopolitics. Mackinder, a British geographer and politician, introduced the idea that the control of certain geographical areas could determine the power dynamics of the entire world. His theory was groundbreaking at the time and continues to influence geopolitical strategies to this day. This isn't just any region, it's a vast landmass encompassing much of Eurasia. The Heartland stretches from the Volga to the Yangtze, and from the Himalayas to the Arctic. This immense area includes parts of modern-day Russia, Central Asia, and Eastern Europe. The sheer size and diversity of this region make it a formidable area of interest for any global power. Mackinder identified this area as the pivot around which the fate of the world revolved. He argued that whoever controls the Heartland commands the world. This idea was based on the belief that the Heartland's geographical position and resources provided a strategic advantage that could be leveraged for global dominance. Mackinder's theory suggested that the Heartland was the key to controlling the world island, which included Europe, Asia, and Africa. Why was the Heartland so crucial? Firstly, it was landlocked, making it less vulnerable to naval attacks. In an era when naval power was paramount, the Heartland's inaccessibility by sea provided a significant defensive advantage. This meant that any power controlling the Heartland could focus on land-based military strategies without the constant threat of naval invasions. Secondly, it was rich in resources, holding the potential for economic and military self-sufficiency. The Heartland is endowed with vast reserves of minerals, oil and natural gas, as well as fertile agricultural land. These resources could support a large population and sustain a powerful military force, making the region economically independent and strategically valuable. Finally, its central location granted it strategic importance, allowing for potential control over surrounding regions. The Heartland's position at the center of the Eurasian landmass meant that it was ideally situated for projecting power into Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. This centrality made it a natural hub for trade, communication, and military operations, further enhancing its strategic value. In essence, Mackinder's Heartland theory highlighted the geopolitical significance of this vast and resource-rich region, underscoring its potential to shape the course of global history. In 1904, Mackinder presented his groundbreaking theory to the Royal Geographical Society. He famously declared, "Who rules East Europe commands the Heartland. Who rules the Heartland commands the world island. Who rules the world island commands the entire world." The world island referred to the interconnected landmass of Europe, Asia, and Africa. Mackinder believed that whoever controlled the Heartland could dominate this massive landmass. This control would provide them with unmatched resources and manpower, ultimately leading to absolute global dominance. Mackinder's theory found chilling resonance in the events that unfolded in the 20th century. His ideas about the strategic importance of the Heartland were not just academic musings, they were a blueprint that many world powers seemed to follow, consciously or unconsciously. The Heartland, as Mackinder defined it, was a pivot area that could potentially control the world. This theory was put to the test in the most dramatic and devastating ways throughout the 20th century. The rise of Nazi Germany and its ambition to conquer Eastern Europe echoed the Heartland's strategic significance. Adolf Hitler's aggressive expansionist policies were a direct manifestation of the desire to control this pivotal region. The invasion of Poland, the blitzkrieg across Europe, and the relentless push towards the Soviet Union were all part of a grand strategy to dominate the Heartland. This was not merely about territorial gain, it was about securing a position of unparalleled strategic advantage. The Nazi regime understood that controlling Eastern Europe meant having a foothold in the Heartland, which could potentially lead to global dominance. Similarly, the Cold War rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union, with its focus on controlling strategic points within the Heartland, demonstrated the theory's enduring relevance. The Iron Curtain, the Berlin Wall, and the numerous proxy wars fought in regions like Korea and Vietnam were all part of a larger struggle for influence. The Heartland was not just a geographical concept, it was a battleground for ideological supremacy. The nuclear arms race, the space race, and the constant jockeying for geopolitical influence were all manifestations of this underlying strategic contest. Both superpowers understood that control over the Heartland could tip the balance of global power in their favor. These historical examples illustrate how control over the Heartland, or at least the attempt to control it, could lead to global conflict and shape the geopolitical landscape. The theory was not just a relic of the past, it continued to influence strategic thinking well into the modern era. Even today, the echoes of Mackinder's ideas can be seen in the geopolitical tensions in Eastern Europe, the Middle East, and Central Asia. The struggle for control over these regions is a testament to the enduring relevance of the Heartland theory. It serves as a reminder that geography, strategy, and power are inextricably linked, and that the quest for dominance over the Heartland is a recurring theme in the annals of history.